Welcome back to the 2015 Sunbelt Conference Football Media Day and the second edition of the Social Suite. I'm Danielle Jenkins, and I'm joined now by head coach Mark Hudspeth. Coach, thanks so much for stopping by. We appreciate you making some time to join us to answer some of the fans' questions. I know things are really kind of just getting going, but what has it been like so far being here at Football Media Day?
Well, the Sunbelt Conference does a great job with the Media Day in a great venue here in the Superdome. A lot of media coverage, which is great for not only our university but our conference.
Well, the Superdome, somewhere that you are pretty familiar with yourself. We'll go ahead and jump right into some questions from Reagan Dial. Are you tired of going to the New Orleans Bowl?
Well, coming to the Superdome, playing in the Superdome, getting to stay a week in New Orleans, having a place where 40,000 fans can come join you for a bowl game, that it doesn't get too old to me. But you know what we want to do, hopefully in the future, is we're looking to break in and trying to be a program that can make it to our January 1st bowl. But we do love coming here, but we're always looking to improve, obviously.
Now, we see that you've got a ring on. Is it a New Orleans Bowl ring?
It is.
All right. Does it get hard trying to figure out which one to wear?
Well, sometimes you have to decide. I have a favorite.
Okay.
So the 12 ring is my favorite. So, but our kids right now have 4 of them, and so that's a good problem to have when trying to figure out which one to wear.
Absolutely, Coach. We've got another question from Thomas K. on Twitter. How much more difficult do you think that the Sunbelt Conference will be coming into this 2015 season?
Well, this conference to me is really deep, top to bottom, and I think with the addition of Appalachian State and Georgia Southern, it's even made it that much deeper. And so, when you play on the road in this conference, you better be ready to play. And so this is a really tough conference, doesn't get near enough respect, which obviously has gotten a lot in the last few years. And hopefully we continue as a program ourselves, come out of the blocks a little bit better and hopefully have a great season.
Now, the first game of the season coming up September 5th, just a little over a month away, taking on Kentucky. What are your thoughts heading into that first game, being on the road and taking on a big opponent?
Well, last year we didn't handle expectations very well, and we went into our first game last year, our second game, I should say, against Ole Miss, and didn't perform at the level we really would have hoped to. So I'm hoping some of the adjustments that we've made has allowed us to hopefully prepare our guys a little bit better, and hopefully we'll play much better when we go to Kentucky.
Now, you had a very special moment during the season last season. You had a new addition to the family. So how is Captain doing? Captain's
doing good. I don't know how Dad's doing all the time, but Captain's doing great. It's been a challenge, but you know what? He's super, and his big brother, Major, and his real big brother, Gunner, and his sister, Carly, all love him, so it's been a lot of fun.
Now, how do you handle the birth of a child taking place right during game week?
Wasn't easy. And matter of fact, my wife, who brought our son, Captain, to the Monroe game 4 days after she had the baby, and didn't even know she was coming until our DFO came up to me on the way to the field from the locker room and said, "Your wife's in the box." And then he said, with Captain.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That's a very special surprise. Well, Coach, we have been asking some of the other coaches some questions, asking what they would ask another coach. And Coach Blake Anderson was in here just prior to you and wanted to know how you keep the emotions in check, because as everybody's seen, you're a pretty emotional guy and you can get pretty fired up there on the football field.
Yeah, sometimes that's hard because I do wear my emotions on my sleeves. I cry at sad movies and I get really excited at football games. I'm an emotional wreck sometimes, and so I am who I am. I love the energy, the excitement on the field. But as a coach, obviously you got to know when to dial it down.
Well, Coach, we've got your student-athlete representatives coming in just following you. What are your thoughts we can see a picture there on the screen now. What are your thoughts on your student-athlete representatives that are coming in representing your university?
Well, we've got some really good kids, and they've worked awfully hard. And Dominique Tovell and Michael Quave, they're an original signing class, and so they've seen our program develop over the last 4 years and get to where it's gotten today. And they're going to be a big part of if we can take it any further.
Well, let's get that picture back up there. We can see that you got a selfie there. I believe it might have been with orientation.
Yep.
You are pretty active on social media. What kind of response do you get getting a selfie with all those new guys?
Well, we do that. I do that every Tuesday. We have about 400 students that are enrolling at UL for the first time, and I go over for orientation at one of the auditoriums and have a lot of fun with them and give out some shirts and encourage them to follow us on social media. And we've got a pretty big following, and so we're just trying to get our student body, obviously, to get more involved, and so far they've been super. We've got a great student body, and our student section at Cajun Field, it's pretty live.
Well, fantastic, Coach. We certainly appreciate you making some time to stop by. Enjoy the rest of your time here at Media Day.
Thank you.
When we get back, as we mentioned, we will have the Raging Cajun student athletes joining us here in the Sunbelt Social Suite.